let's continue to the next episodes. Do you want to save the replay? No, thank you. Okay, you've gained 4 new specialization points. Do you want to consult? Yes, we do. Okay. This is our specialization panel. We have 6 points. We are currently the British, and we can, along the top row basically, this will affect land plus 2 land and naval command points, 1 air command point. To our unit, flight school, newly purchased aircraft start with an experienced star. Newly purchased tanks start with a star. Not bad, but not what I want to do. Specialized training, newly purchased infantry unit. Yeah, those are all not bad. This just seems better overall because if this lasts, to have more command points for units, more long term, because I can grind up units. So we're going to do this first at least. War economy. So now we're going to Low Countries. May 1940 German breakthrough at Sedan enables the Wehrmacht to complete their sickle cut move towards the Channel coast at Calais. And as a substantial Allied force is now cut off of naval evacuation from Dunkirk. It's the only way to save the bulk of the BEF. Okay. Can we save the BEF? Continue. Okay. Mission briefing awaits. Our situation is critical, sir. The German victory at Sedan, followed by determined enemy advance to the Channel, has effectively cut off the BEF and other Allied forces. Both London and Paris had to realize that this development does not only spell doom for the defense of Belgium, but may also be the prelude to the fall of France. Meanwhile, King Leopold of Belgium is signaling that his military is on the verge of defeat under the weight of enemy onslaught. The Belgian surrender would throw our defenses into complete disarray, but may become a grim reality soon. Naval evacuation from the port of Dunkirk is now our only hope to save our men and preserve a good amount of fighting strength for our military, as the looming defeat of France puts Britain itself at risk of German attack. Everything is ready for evacuation effort. Codename Operation Dynamo. Due to the scale of evacuation is critical to maintain combat discipline of our men. The whole operation needs to be executed in an orderly fashion to avoid that our withdrawal turns into an uncontrolled rout and basically people drowning in the ocean. Once the German attempt to crush the pocket, you have to hold the outer perimeter long enough to slow down the enemy and buy time for embarkation, coordinate closely with the remaining French defenders, do everything to bring our soldiers home. Okay, hold Dunkirk 14 turns, evacuate 6 British units, hold Lille for 4 turns, we may not even try that, we'll see, hold Wipers for 9 turns, evacuate at least 2 French ground units. Okay, close. Right. Now, normally I like to do the setup and then explain it to you off camera just because it takes a bit of time. But we will be doing the setup here now. But while I do the setup, if you guys haven't, and I know there was a lot of new people for the tea time today, or here. But if you, and I know many of you, the regulars have, you can follow my Twitch channel. And subscribe over at my YouTube channel if you want more historical gaming. Okay, but don't go away, because like I say, we're going to keep playing here now. Okay, okay, they pushed into here. So this is French forces. I don't know how much I want to try to hold Lille or just evacuate Lille. Okay, 10 strength, 10 strength. Let's make sure all of my forces are up to full. Right. Now this is will be my furthest forward British unit because it has motorization to withdraw. This is their main push here. It looks like that we'll have to watch. Oh, we also have to watch over here, okay, and up here for some, yeah, I see some French units there. Okay. The armor unit there to push on him because he's our deepest penetrating unit so far. $15 turns here. British. Okay, well, let's look at this. I think we want to try to make an orderly retreat out of here as fast as possible over to here. We want to hold this area for a while. So let's put you there to hold this railway bridge there. Now you do have trucks, so we'll deal with that. Now for air, we have 10 air factors. Good. I think for the moment we'll base them out back here. Now let's see, we have plenty of points. See what we can purchase for air. Maybe tactical bomber, or are we going to have a lot of Luftwaffe? I think I'd rather go with the better Spitfire. Purchase and deploy. So we're going to do that. I think we're going to try to do air. Use the air points that we have here. Instead of deploying the anti-tank gun. Let's see what else we might be able to purchase. We have 8 factors. Okay. Not even considering that. Maybe. That would leave off with another 6 or another 3 factors. Which will get us a ground infantry unit. Okay, we do have the possibility of a single factor to Lysander for reconnaissance. That for the air, that might be useful. Anti-tank. More artillery. Okay, we want a fast tank. Purchase and deploy. Like I say, we've got some trying to hold down here, so let's put you there to operate for a while. That gives us 3. Interesting, it was the French that caused Rommel to start using it as the Panzer Well, Rommel did use 88s as anti-tank weaponry, though 88 the Flak 18, the 88 millimeter gun, was used first as anti-tank in Spain, and very much used in an anti-tank role in Poland as well, prior to going in France. In fact, they made some only ground target capable firing 88 millimeter guns mounted on the back of armored half-tracks before the invasion of Poland. I think there were 12 of them, but it was a small number. And I say grounded targets. They did not have any ability to shoot up into the air, any effectiveness, and they were specifically designed to hit both tanks and strong bunkers. Ground targets that they had developed before the invasion of Poland and used in Poland. So they predate France's operation, though Rommel does actually command a flak unit to engage. I think they were Sharbies, which is getting more and more a wasteland. Time to move to another platform. Well, I don't think it's time to move to another platform. I'm not entirely happy with everything that Twitch is doing, but I wouldn't say move to a different platform as yet. Okay, well, we have 3. Yeah. Okay, and we don't have the... Have to... oh, yes. Yes, we want to do that. Okay, we want to deploy you. This is an area that I'm still also worried about needing to... Because I want to, as much as possible, withdraw these forces... Well, the ones that are not Belgian. Back... here and withdraw up here, so I don't want to be cut off from here. So we're going to don't want to be cut off from, well, that isn't probably as big a problem. We'll do that. Okay, now that leaves me 1 air unit that I can do, and that we will do yeah, I think we'll do the Lysander. Purchase and deploy, and we'll start you out up here. That's sort of a bullet catcher, bullet absorbing unit. How much it is? Yeah, I understand your some of your concerns with Twitch. But functionally, right now, there is only Twitch and YouTube, and YouTube has its concerning problem too for streaming as well. So I don't know of another boy, I'm already forgetting the name, the one that Ninja went over to for a while, the Microsoft thing that died. Okay, I think we're done with deploying. What's that, 170 millimeter gun they were showing you? That armored car is worrying. I guess everything is worrying, but some things more than others. Yep, they're knocking the hell out of these Belgian units. We're slowing them up a bit. It looks like a Panzer II. Yep, coming in, cutting them off, bam. Well, they got hurt by that, but they're done for. They're done for. If not this turn, next turn. Yeah, the Belgians are going to get crushed. Belgium just didn't have the fight in them in 1940 that they did in 1914. Not that some of the Belgians didn't resist hard, they did, but just not in an overall sense anything like 1914, which they resisted really hard. Okay, so again, hold Dunkirk for 14 turns, evacuate 6 British units, hold Lille for 4, wipers for 9. I'm using the old World War I British term for yeeps, wipers. And evacuate at least 2 French ground units as well. Okay. Evacuation. Sir, the evacuation of the BEF is about to begin. Units on the beach can embark on transport ships adjacent to them, but make sure to provide sufficient cover during withdrawal to bring our soldiers back safely. Okay. Right. Right. Okay, so I know I didn't pick the AA unit because I wanted to make sure I had enough ground units. So what we're going to do here is come over here. Hopefully now get, well, no, we're not getting supporting. Oh well. I'm hoping to fully kill this unit here. I don't think I will, but at least take a big chunk out of them. Now, not the AA unit. Yes, we're going to use this guy unescorted for his first mission here. Thank you for the plug, Scooter. Do appreciate it. I very much like to give my historical thoughts while streaming and making videos. Those forts they built were overrun quickly. Well, the forts, particularly the Belgian ones, where if you're talking about like Eben Amal, were designed really well for defense against ground-based attacks. The designers just really hadn't, shall we say, heard of, effective air attacks that came to them. Okay, we're going to see about that. This guy definitely to here. Hold that spot. Look at where we can get these guys to. Okay, he can come all the way up to here. This, I think, is Lille, so I don't really care about holding Lille. Wipers, maybe, because we did reasonably well last time holding one of the objectives. So let's move you, well, let's move you to here. Put you in trucks, drive you out. Now, you fell back to there, good. Let's see if we can just kill you outright. Now here, we're going to keep holding here. We're going to use You're gonna come to there. Now. Just gonna push them to there. That is concerning, but if we can fully remove a unit from the field of play, I like that. And that may be a good choice. I don't know, you may slip in between here and there. Yeah, paratroopers. Now, of course, the Ebon Amal was gliders, which at the time, at least, because they didn't have like sort of modern paragliding parachutes, was more precise in their targeting of landing positions. Okay, you could fire there, but I guess I don't care enough about shooting at you. Okay, we can though see about I don't know, do we move them up here to get escorted instead of get shot all up? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, well, he can come to here. He can come to here. Now, sometimes when you're retreating, sometimes I say, okay, well, yeah, sometimes when you're retreating, it is best to advance. Because by advancing, forces that can then move effectively, they can get both up to there, they can get to there. So these guys are going to come here and hold here for this turn. Okay, looks like I can get these units out. Looks like. I say, I'm not saying will, just saying looks like. Okay, they're just gonna stay there and make it. They have to attack them next turn. I guess for the moment we're gonna come over here. See about holding. Now that is a gunboat, so we're going to put you on board a ship. See about getting you out soon. Let's use you and you as anti-air cover. And so yeah, World War II, just so many new dimensions of warfare are, you know, really only for the first time used, like paratroopers, that the planners just didn't really have, you know, that were building the, I think they were, Ebon Amal and some of the other Albert Canal fortresses were built around, or conceived, you know, being built around like 1933, 34, when Hitler just comes into power. And the idea of an effective, that would be a good attack. Air attack is just not really on their radar yet. So that does make a bit of a difference to things. Okay. I don't know enough about, I mean, I understand that Ebon Amal was a rather good fortress for conventional things. I don't know all of the other defenses, how long they would have held out against a German attack without the idea of, because there were more than just the elite paraglider engineer unit that went on top of Ebon Amal. There were some other, I believe, German parachute landings behind the fortifications as well. How long they would have held out purely against a traditional, I forgot to move the Lysander, whatever. Still sort of doing his job up there, being a possible target, which the Germans are currently ignoring. And good, you're bombing a unit that I don't care about anymore because it's lost. Instead of bombing something I care about. And even de Gaulle wrote, when the development of the Maginot Line was going on, de Gaulle was writing about how fortresses should not be used to economize the defenses, I think was sort of the term they were using. Uh-oh. He sunk my battleship. No, it wasn't the battleship, but they sunk it. Damn, even with two escorting units. Because that was sort of the idea with a lot of the politicians with Eben Amal, or not Eben Amal, sorry, the Maginot Line, was that both in money and very much so in lives, to economize on the defense, meaning make the defense cheap in lives. You know, have fewer people get killed than just having, you know, guys standing in an open field or guys dug in, you know, just with sandbags, wood, and mud or whatever, you know, in simple sort of World War One fashion, have a, you know, a purpose-built defense line as being an economy in that sense, mostly on lives. Where he argued, and this is where I would come down in agreement, not just because he was de Gaulle or something, but I'm not against the idea of whether it's a few specialized forts like the Eben Amal or a long chain of forts like Maginot is to saying they were bad. I actually say Maginot worked in a sense because it forced the Germans to go around it. Because the idea is, as de Gaulle pushed out, that a fortress should be an attritional element. I hope I'm getting this right from him. For the enemy, in that it's going to absorb a lot of the enemy's resources fighting your way through the fortification, but you know that if the enemy's even halfway smart and they plan something, they're going to be able to get through that fortification, but it's going to attrit those forces badly, and then once they're through, you can then use a mobile force to come in and crush, in one fashion or another, the breakthroughs. And in my opinion, it's best to let them fully break through, get a large force through it, and then cut them off and crush them, as opposed to sort of like you see later in World War II with Model often doing being his fire brigade, in that he's trying to use a mobile force to rush around and stop the breakthrough, you know, plug them and do damage to the enemy. It's sort of a different philosophy. Model was sort of on Hitler's idea of, and this is why Hitler liked him so much, that and he was a Nazi, not just a German officer, but a Nazi, is the idea not wanting to give up 1 inch of ground, where the idea is ground in and of itself doesn't so much matter, it's the ability to destroy the forces. The enemy forces is what matter. So let them through and then crush them would have been better, in my opinion. But either way, so fortifications to this day, in my opinion, can still be significantly well used, but they are just one element of a battlefield, and you can't just rely upon them. I live on the Königsklasse, the Harv line, right? And that one didn't last long either. Yeah, Belgians were unprepared, and the Germans practiced the assault with mock-ups in the Czechoslovakia. Absolutely, they did. The Czech forts were specifically designed, put together by some of the French designers who did the Maginot Line. Just looking to see which units to where. Okay, he can get fully out. These guys are going to sort of hold the town. So you come to here. You come to here. You move to there. Okay, now. Since they can get out, they will. These guys will come to there. We're going to fly the Lysanders up over this way to sort of mock the Germans and laugh at them. Ha 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 ha. I've got Lysanders here shoot me down because I just had one command point. Okay, well, they killed my unit that I was trying to evacuate. Let's see if we can kill them. Damn. I wanted to use this other one over here, I guess. They're gonna come back. I think we'll land you for the moment. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, there. Should have done that first. But, okay, there we go. Fully down. Okay, I should make sure that he is better covering there. Learn from my mistakes, people. I do make them. So yeah, the designers of the Czech fortresses were some people brought in that had worked on the Maginot Line specifically. So the Germans knew this. So the Germans, and I have a photo, I mean, you know, just a digital photo of a German officer standing in front of a Czech fortification that has just been shot all to hell up at the front. And he's giving a lecture to other German officers about, yeah, how to use, or, you know, how to assault these fortresses and what they can take. So they did that, definitely. Okay, well, next turn, let's have you here. AA is covering those two artillery pieces. The AI does sometimes go after artillery. Got these fast tanks here. No, we're just going to reinforce you and hold there for the moment. These guys are going to hold there. Let's dash up here. That's why one of these fast moving cruiser tanks dashing about. We've got these guys that are going to get across the river next turn. They're using their bombers stupidly up there. Good. I think it's stupidly, but maybe we will see a better strategy at some point. Do stay around, people. Edmund will be coming up in about 10 minutes playing Panzer Corps 2. Like I've said before, a very similar game to this. You know, 0.202 version compared to this is a 0.1 version of the game, but this, like I've also said, this allows perspectives other than just the German perspective in playing, and I like that. Uh-oh. Motor torpedo boats, it looks like. The Germans did not use any of those in my understanding in around Dunkirk area. I don't know if there are any submarines out there even. I don't know. But maybe the devs know better than I do. I don't know. I'm just going off of memory, guys. And I do hope you've subscribed to my YouTube channel and followed me on Twitch. That's gamer_1745. We're really trying hard to push out from Calais. Glad I had that other unit there. Yeah, shoot at the Lysander. That's one command point for the air, and I didn't have anything better for it. Be a bullet sponge. Ah, radio command version of the armored car. Cool. Yeah, attack the tanks. I got backed up by anti-tank guns. And we know you're getting Lil before the four turns. Fine, don't care. Okay, we did not hold Lil for 4 turns. Under overwhelming Wehrmacht attacks against his country, King Leopold III has agreed to surrender while the British and French units desperately try to close their resulting gaps. Their line is a complete collapse of Allied defenses in the sector. Seems now inevitable. Okay, so we've now lost all the Belgians to the north. Newport is now open. Nope, we don't want to use trains. Ostend is now open. Okay, well, I guess we'll go on the attack with this guy. Schnellboot S-26. Fast boat. I just haven't remembered hearing of any of those operating. Okay, that looks like a good attack. We do have... Yeah, take down some BF-110s. Is a useful attack, I think. You guys can sort of head up over here. Keep a little bit watch out what is going on there. Right, okay. Now, let's move you to there. Having a bit of a traffic jam here. Okay, you come up to there. At your mobile, maybe we can get you in and defend better against the north here. Alright, we'll do another train movement. Next turn we will get out of the tracks. I don't think, well, unless you can get to there and then we'll see. We'll see what we do. Because we'll move these guys up to Vipers. So these guys can come over here and hold the... edge. These guys now. Don't think there were many, though tanks can move armor up the top, but we're gonna shift you up there because you're truck-borne and you're not. So you're gonna come here. In a way, it would have been better to move these guys further up there because these guys can evacuate further, but we're not planning on holding here too long. A bit longer. Yes, I think. We want to get these guys out. Over here, we can crush these guys. They may, some remnant may serve. Nope, they don't. But that will allow these guys to fully, well, not fully, but partially reinforce and hold the flank there. Yeah, we're gonna spend the points there. Oh, we have some French reinforcements points. Cool. Okay. Didn't know if we would get that in this scenario. Panzer Corps 2 is coming up very soon. Hey, Toy Jet. Yes, we are abandoning the continent. Yeah, I'm sure you do. I've played both. And let me say this. The future definitely currently belongs to Panzer Corps 2. But this is a very good game that explores other parts of World War II that Panzer Corps 2 doesn't yet explore. So it is still... I don't think it's an either-or thing. Now, if you only have so much money or you only have so much time, well, okay. But, you know, like there's the whole Pacific theater in Order of Battle that if you're at all interested in playing, both in a naval aspect, because there's some primary naval operations, or as, you know, like the Burma campaign. And you also have like the battles of Khalkhin Gol, which are the Japanese versus the Soviets, which were real battles in what 1936 or 37, going on up on the Manchukuo and Soviet border. So you have a lot of stuff that's explored in Order of Battle that is not in Panzer Corps 2. Now, if we were talking the old Panzer Corps, they were about even games. Each game had its slightly better element. But I think that is about all the time we have here. Edmund is coming up with Panzer Corps 2, the Axis Operations 1940, not the 41 that's coming, but 1940 DLC, and he'll be showing that off. Yeah, there's, you know, it's really, you know, whether supply and fatigue is better. They're both very close, kind of thing. So yeah, so you have to look at what you want to do, what you want to get. I don't see it as an either or. I see it as a both kind of situation. So again, thanks everyone so much. And so stay tuned. Coming up very shortly, Edmund with Panzer Corps